Good morning, children. In the last class, we learned about the balancing of the chemical equation. And here, children, today we will be learning about the how to make the chemical equation more informative. How to make a chemical equation more informative, children. Okay, to make the chemical equation more informative, normally we will be having of certain characteristics. What are the characteristics that we are having, children? Okay, let us see the characteristics which are involving to make the chemical equation more informative. That is, first one is physical state. Physical state. Okay, heat changing. Heat changes. Okay, gas evolved. Gas evolved, and the precipitate form. Precipitate form. Normally, the physical state. Physical state. Therefore, here physical state means here during of a chemical reaction, normally we have the reactants as well as products. Therefore, on the reactant side as well as the product side, normally we represent the physical state of the chemical, children. That is indicating whether it is a solid or liquid or aqueous. Aqueous means it is a solution with water. If anything solid, if it is mixed with the water, it is called as the aqueous solution. Normally we come across a word called as aquarium. As the fishes lives in water, therefore we say it as aqua. Normally the most of the water packets what we are having in our daily life, they are their name will be aqua surya, aqua safe, aqua fina. Okay, like that we come across the word called as aqua, children. Therefore, here we indicate the chemical equation as whether it is a solid or liquid or a gaseous state, or whether it is an aqueous solution. Okay, and in the same way, next one we indicate that is heat changing, children. Heat changing, normally we represent a word called as, or a letter or symbol like this, children, like a triangle, which gives the information of heat. And here normally if plus delta is given, plus delta means the heat is evolved, and here minus, in the place of plus if we are getting of minus, then we say that it is the heat absorbed, children. Okay, heat absorbed or heat liberated or evolved. Okay, normally if you light a matchstick, normally for that when during of that reaction the heat is evolved, or in order to cook the food, or in order to prepare any curry, the heat is required, children. Therefore heat absorption and heat evolved. Therefore heat evolved is called as the exothermic reaction. It is the exothermic reaction. Okay, if heat is absorbed, it is exothermic reaction. If heat is absorbed, it is the endothermic reaction. It is endothermic. Thermic means thermometer, means therma, means heat, children. Measuring of heat is a therma. Therma means heat, children. Okay, therefore here we say it is a what? Exothermic reaction or endothermic reaction, children. Next we are having the gas evolved. Okay, when the gas is evolved during of a chemical reaction, we say that gas is evolved. Therefore for that we indicate a arrow mark, above arrow mark, like this, children. And here precipitate form, if it is a semi solid substance form, then it is indicated with the downward arrow. Therefore downward arrow indicates the information that it gives the precipitate, or the precipitate is formed, and here the upward arrow gives the information that gas is evolved. Okay, children. Therefore we will be learning in detail about these all the different informative factors, okay, which of the chemical equation in detail, children. Okay, first one is physical state. Normally physical state means we say that in the reaction whether it is a solid or a liquid or a gas, children. Therefore for this I take an example, that is Fe2O3, iron oxide reacting with aluminium. It gives the iron and aluminium oxide, Al2O3. Okay, iron oxide Fe2O3, when on reacting with the aluminium, it gives iron and aluminium oxide. Therefore here children, here here in this case, iron oxide is a solid, aluminium is also a solid, iron is solid, and here Al2O3 also it is a solid, children. Okay, therefore here we indicate by using them solid, solid, solid. If it is a liquid, normally we indicate with a liquid, children. And next, the second one what we are having is heat changing. Heat changing. Heat changes. The second one, for this example, C plus O2 gives rise to CO2 with the liberation of heat. Normally we represent with letter Q. Okay, here C plus O2, carbon when reacts on heating with oxygen, it gives carbon dioxide and heat is evolved, heat is liberated. Therefore this is the heat changing. And here carbon is a solid, and here oxygen is a gas, carbon dioxide also gas. Okay, like this we indicate the physical state. Normally solid is represented with S, small s, and here gas with a small g or a upward arrow. Okay, and whereas a liquid is represented with the letter L, children, L. Okay. Next we have N2 plus O2 gives rise to 2NO, nitrogen oxide, and here heat is absorbed. N2 plus O2 gives rise to 2NO, that is nitrogen when reacting with oxygen it gives nitrogen oxide. Okay, N2 plus O2 gives rise to 2NO with a liberation, with absorption of heat, with absorption of heat. And here this is the exothermic reaction. This is the exothermic reaction. Exothermic reaction. This is a endothermic reaction. Exothermic and endothermic. Therefore here exothermic means, here exothermic reaction is a reaction in which the heat is evolved. If the heat is evolved, it is the exothermic reaction. The heat is absorbed, it is the endothermic reaction. Okay, children. Therefore here exothermic is a heat evolved or heat liberated, and here endothermic means heat is absorbed. Okay, children. Next we have, okay, next we have the third one is gas evolved. Here gas evolved. Here gas evolved. Gas evolved. Here for this, children, gas evolved. Normally when a metal zinc reacting with H2SO4 gives rise to, okay, ZnSO4 plus H2. Here during a chemical reaction, if a gas is evolved, then it is we represent the gas evolution of the gas. Therefore here zinc is a solid. Zinc is a solid. H2SO4, it is a, okay, aqueous. It is aqueous, and zinc sulfate is also aqueous. It is mixed with water, and here it is the gas. Therefore here zinc on reacting, okay, zinc on reacting with the sulfuric acid, it gives zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas is evolved. Not only zinc, children, reacting of zinc with not only with hydrochloric acid, it can be of any acid. Okay, that is zinc. Zinc means it is a metal. Reacting with HCl gives ZnCl2, okay, plus H2. Okay, here zinc is a solid, HCl is a aqueous, or we can say liquid. Zinc chloride. Zinc chloride is also aqueous, and here hydrogen gas is evolved. Or zinc when reacting with nitric acid. Nitric acid, it gives zinc nitrate and hydrogen. Okay, zinc nitrate. Okay, zinc nitrate and hydrogen. Okay, therefore here metal reacting with the acid always gives a salt and the water, children. Metal reacting with the acid gives the salt and water. Okay, salt and hydrogen, sorry, not water, salt and hydrogen. Okay, children. And the next one, last, is expressing the precipitate formed. precipitate formation of a precipitate children. Okay, precipitate formed, precipitate formed. Normally children, the precipitate formed here in a reaction, okay, here 2AgCl, that is silver chloride, in the presence of sunlight it gives 2Ag plus Cl2. Here silver chloride is a solid, here silver is also a solid, and here chlorine is a gas. Okay, here silver chloride in the presence of sunlight, okay, silver chloride in the presence of sunlight, it gives silver and chlorine gases evolved children. Therefore here the precipitate is formed, and here in the same way, okay, 6CO2 plus 6H2O gives rise to C6H12O6 plus O2. Here it is in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. Okay, children. Therefore here in the presence of sunlight, okay, glucose, that means glucose is formed, children. Okay, C6H12O6, and here we can see the formation of a precipitate. Okay, the formation of a precipitate in a reaction, that is Na2SO4 plus BaCl2 gives rise to NaCl plus BaSO4. Here BaSO4 is a precipitate. Here sodium chloride is aqueous normally. Sodium sulfate is also aqueous. This is barium chloride is aqueous. It is mixed with water. Okay, here we get sodium chloride and barium sulfate. Okay, children. Okay, barium chloride and sulfate. Therefore, here what we say that this is the formation of the precipitate. Children. Okay, and in the same way, interpreting a balanced chemical equation. Next, we learn about interpretation of a balanced chemical equation. Interpreting a balanced chemical equation. Interpreting a balanced chemical equation. Normally, interpretation of a balanced chemical equation. Chemical equation gives the information about the reactants as well as the products. Okay, and it gives the ratio of molecules of reactants and products. Okay, the ratio of molecules. It gives the information about the reactants. First one is, it gives information of reactants and the products. It gives the information of reactants and products. The second one, it gives the information about the ratio of molecules of reactants. Ratio of molecules of reactants and products. Ratio of molecules of reactants and the products. Okay, and the products. Okay, the third one, it gives the masses expressed in grams. Masses expressed in grams. It gives the information about the masses expressed in grams. Okay, and here children, normally as molecular masses are expressed in unified mass, relative masses of reactants and products are known from the equation. Therefore, as they are expressed in the unified mass, okay, their ratio can be given in the chemical equation. The masses are expressed in grams, and the equivalent ratio is in the molar ratio. If it is expressed in grams, it is molar ratio. But expressed in unified mass, it gives the information about the reactants and the products. And here, if gases are evolved, we can equate their masses to their volumes. Gases evolved. The gases are evolved. The gases are evolved. We can equate the we can equate their masses to their volume, their masses to their volume, okay. And in the same way, if using molar mass and Avogadro number, we can calculate the number of molecules and atoms of different substances. We can calculate the number of molecules and atoms of the different substances by using the Avogadro number. Okay. Fifth one is by knowing the Avogadro number. The Avogadro number, children. Here the Avogadro number is given as 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 particles. Okay. It is Avogadro number is 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 particles, children. 6.023 into 10 to the power of 23 particles. Okay. And here it gives the information of the relative mass of reactants and products from the mass relationship. Here, children, in this it gives the information about the mass relationship, mass relationship, mass volume relationship, volume relationship, and mass volume relationship of number of molecules relationship, etc. children. Therefore, this is the about the interpretation of a balanced chemical equation, children. Here we can see a chemical equation gives information about the reactants and products through their symbols and formulae. It gives the ratio of molecules of reactants and products. As molecular masses are expressed in unified mass, the relative masses of reactants and products are known from the equation. If the masses are expressed in grams, then the equation also gives the molar ratios of reactants and products. The gases are involved. We can equate their masses to their volumes and calculate the volume or those gases liberated at a given condition of temperature and pressure using the molar mass and molar volume relationship. And here, in the same way, using molar mass and Avogadro number, we can calculate the number of molecules and atoms of different substances from this equation. And here it gives the information about the relative mass of reactants and products. From the equation we get mass relationship, mass volume relationship, volume relationship, and mass volume relationship of number of molecules relationship, etc. children. Therefore, and here we will be learning in detail about this mass volume and mass relationship, okay, by taking up an example in the next class, children. Therefore, here thank you, have a nice day.